Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As we can see, this is our next video on step index on 1 minute time frames. So inside this video I want to explain to you guys how we make use of this our perfect indicator. As we can see, we have our indicator installed on our charts. We have our support and resistance level, which is our last major high and our last major low. And also we have our arrow indicator here, which is our not reprint indicator, and we have our bull signal for what? For uptrend massively. So as I told you guys that inside this video I will be showing you guys a lot of this strategy that you can use to take your trade successfully in trading step index. So let me explain how this particular indicator works with our combination of not reprint indicator. So this is step index on 1 minute time frames. As we can see, we have our last major low and we have our last major high. So this is like a support area and a resistance area. So when you have your price moving on a downtrend, that gives us this particular signal to identify that we have reached our last major low. This is the signal. So once it appears, then our next move is to study our not reprint indicator, which is what we are going to be enter, this particular one, this particular arrow. That is where our entry is going to be, and we're starting taking the trend at any level we have. And once you can see that the trend move on what? On the massive uptrend. This is 1 minute. So imagine how much profit you will have made with this particular this. So you will starting seeing your what? Your boom signal at this particular area also. This gives us a better confirmation for the trend to what? To go on a massive down uptrend. That is how it works. So you need this particular indicator, which is our last major and our high major. So anytime you have your trend move on our last major, then the next signal you should be looking for is to take your what? Is to take your green indicator arrow. So let me show you some of the previous charts that we have on our major. You can see this is another one that we have here. This is another one that we have on our major, on our this thing. You can see at this particular area that we have it at this particular area. So once you have it on our last major high, then the next indicator for you to take is this particular red signal. And you can see that if our enter is going to be at this particular zone, and we can see what the market did. The market moved on a massive downtrend. You can see on a massive downtrend up to this particular moment. So that is very powerful and great. So let me show you guys more updates on this particular trend. As you can see, we have another one at this particular zone. So let me adjust it so that you guys can see. So you can see this is another our level for our last major low. We can see that this is an identification for our last major low. And I told you guys that once you have your indicator coming down and it appears to be on the red arrow signal here, so you have to wait for it to bring out a what? For it to bring out a what? A green arrow signal at this particular zone. You can see this is where they have the green signal, and once it's out, then we are going to be taking the trend on the what? On this, and you can see how massive this particular trend move. There's a little pullback here, then we can see another candle giving us a best accurate signal for this particular move. So that is how to take this particular candlestick. First confirm your what? Your low or your last major. Once your last major is confirmed, then wait for it to what? To appear our not reprint indicator, which is the green arrow. Then start your trade from that particular zone. And that's the same applicable thing that happened at this particular area. The same thing happened here. You can see we have our move at this particular area, and we can see what our trend begins to do on a massive downtrend. And we can see our last indicator here that also indicate that the downtrend is what? Is the move. So that is how this particular indicator works. And also for you to get this particular indicator is very simple. All what you need to do is to reach out to me on our Telegram, and we are going to respond to you. But this indicator is not for free, guys. It is not for free. This is very perfect and it's wonderful. So a lot of people have been using it and they are making a lot of profit with it. So thanks, guys. See you guys in our next video.